All right, this question is from the 2016 AB practice exam, and this is pre-response question number 3. Part A asks for the average rate of change on the interval from -5 to 0. So since we're looking for AROC, it is just the slope of the secant line. So f of -5 minus f of 0 divided by -5 minus 0. In other words, we're finding the slope of this secant line for the average rate of change, and that comes out to 2/5. For part B, we have to find the x-coordinate of each point of inflection of g. So since g is the integral of f, that means g prime is equal to f of x, and g double prime of x is equal to f prime of x. If we want to know the point of inflection of g, that's any time that g prime changes signs. So we're going to look at this then. When does g double prime change signs? It's whenever f prime changes signs. So I'll look back up at the graph. Where does f prime changes signs when x equals -3? It goes from negative to positive. And then when x equals 0, we went from a positive slope to a negative slope, so f prime changes signs there as well. So in my really brief write-up, I have a point of inflection at x equals -3 and x equals 0 since g double prime of x changes signs. Part C will not be tested on the 2020 AP exam. Since the Unit 8 is not being covered, we don't need to worry about finding the average of value over an interval. And then Part D, we're trying to find h prime of 6. So first off, I need to take the derivative of both sides of this function with respect to x. And don't forget to use the chain rule. The derivative of the inside is 1/2, so h prime of x is equal to this in general. H prime of 6 is more specifically equal to this. Now f prime of 3 could be a little bit tricky. It says c is greater than 3. In other words, 3 is less than c. And we want to find this in terms of c. So I'm going to go back up to the drawing, and I can figure out f prime of c. Since this is a line, the average rate of change is equal to the instantaneous rate of change, so we can find the slope of this one. The slope would be the rise over the run. It goes down 2 over c, so the slope of this line is -2 over c for any x value between 0 and c. Since 3 is less than c, it's one of these points in here, so the f prime of 3 is going to be equal to the -2 over c. So here's my calculations on that. 1/2 times f prime of 3 will simplify down to this.